Hello. Please excuse me, I have a cold. Um, so for one, it says, what patterns or repeated comments do you see? A lot of people describe both of the generals as like weird looking, gross, or confusing. The vulva gets called ugly, smelly, complicated over and over. One person says it even looks like a dead cat. Um, the penis gets similar treatment, like alien or squid like, but people talk about it more casually with more humor. Number two, although some comments were clearly written by men or women, you'll be surprised about some of the authors. Does the does there appear to be a prevalent male or female sentiment about vulva or penis? Even though we don't know who wrote what, you can somewhat feel like the patterns as women seem more critical of the vulva, um, including our own, saying several things like I don't like looking at it or touching it. Um, Men are more fascinated by it, even though they admit it looks strange. With penises, men often sound proud or amused. Having one is just, I guess, exciting for them, while women tend to describe them as ugly but functional. Um, Number three, it says, were there any statements that resonated with your own feelings about the vulva or penis? How so? I would say I related to the comments pointing out that generals aren't always pretty, but they're still tied to pleasure and function. I also connected it with frustration around grooming and expectations because the pressure definitely shows up in real life. Um, okay, number four, it says 20 years ago there was nowhere near as much emphasis on pubic hairs. No one expected women or men to shave their pubic hair. Women certainly didn't see it as necessary. Why do you think why do you, why do you think we have become so much more obsessed with it in such a short time? I would say I think because of like the internet, porn being mainstream, um, yeah, almost everyone in it is like, hairless. So that became like a standard beauty trends and shifted towards like smooth, clean, polished, I would say. And once every, once enough people started shaving, it turned into like a social expectation and basically became like, what do I say, like a beauty culture or more peer pressure. Um, Number five, it says surveys show that the average man believes that the average erected penis measures 10 inches long. Let's say to this one, men growing up seeing like porn, hearing locker room exaggerations, being told that like size equals masculinity. Um, Women base their estimates on like real partners, so they're closer to reality. This gap creates like a lot of insecurity for men, I would say, because some men don't measure up to like 10, some barely measure up to 6. So because of the comparison to because of the comparison to themselves isn't like really real. One comment pretty summed it up well, which was said, what does it say? Men think it's about size, but it's how you work it. Such an awkward conversation. Now, last question. Do you think sex values their do you think one sex values their genitals more than the other, or that one sex genital has a greater impact on how they think of themselves? If so, which one? I would say, based off from like the comments, men seem to tie more identity and confidence to the genitals. They talk about their penis with pride, humor, ownership. As for women, um, they express it with more like embarrassment or frustration and peer pressure around like the vulva, especially about appearance and like grooming. So yes, it seems like men value theirs more, while women often feel more judged about theirs. Um, and that's all the questions. Thank you.